So, welcome to episode number 5782 of Deathmatch and Chill. Um,
Facts.
yeah, for real. No, I think it's actually episode 14, but we'll have
We're
a
close.
yeah, we're getting there. But anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and start it off. We got a bunch of little stuff to talk about in this one. So, yeah, Colt, you want to take it away?
For sure. So I'll start with Modern Warfare 2022 being confirmed as Modern Warfare 2, and
Pumped.
then it being a sequel to Modern Warfare 2019. And then with that, they're bringing Warzone 2 as well. And that's supposed to be like the quote from Prestigious Key. I was watching his video, but he
Mhm.
said it's supposed to be a massive evolution of Battle Royale with an all new play space and new sandbox mode.
Ooh,
And the rumors of the sandbox mode is that it's supposed to be like akin to Escape from Tarkov.
really? So like
Tarkov,
a
okay.
like a battlefield portal? Kind of what I'm.
No, like no, like Escape from Tarkov's like a battle royale, but
Mhm.
if I remember correctly, because I never really played it. Did you ever play Vigor at all?
No, no, it doesn't ring a bell.
It's similar to that, but like you go in and it's a battle royale, but like when you drop in, you have fucking nothing, and you have
Mhm.
to like loot weapons, guns, ammo, all that shit, and like money and shit, and then you have to like extract to keep everything you looted, and then you basically build up your shit, and then you'll go back in to get more loot, basically. But then if you die, you lose everything that you have with you.
Oof.
Oh
So
shit.
like So like in Vigor, I would go and be like, okay, I went in and say like the first time like I played, I think I came out with like an AK, a handgun, and then something else, and then some med packs and some other shit. And then when I went back in, I took my AK, my handgun, and my med packs. Well, I dropped in and I honestly wasn't alive for very long. I got killed.
Mhm.
I lost my AK, that handgun I took, and all those med packs.
Christ.
Jeez.
So
Yeah, and so it's I think supposed to be similar to that. At least that's the rumor.
that's pretty dope. What's the objective of the game? Is it just to like acquire as much loot as possible?
Yeah, basically you're just trying to acquire loot, build your character up, and because then as you get more loot, you become more powerful, and then eventually you can kind of be like, all right, I think I'm gonna drop in this time. I'm actually gonna go hunt people.
Oh, and get like your best weapons and play and
Yeah, and then try and
Okay.
scavenge all their loot and get out with all their good shit.
hell yeah.
That could be fun.
And then the other news that kind of goes along with all of that is apparently the new Warzone and the new Modern Warfare have been built from the ground up and together this time.
Ah,
Nice.
And then on top of that, there also is a brand new engine that's going to be powering both.
okay. So this is so funny that this got announced today because I found a separate article about Warzone that might give us some context too. Because I'm not sure if you saw it, but today, who was it exactly? It just whoever said this on behalf of Activision that the company fucked up with Warzone this time around with Vanguard, and they said it was like too big. There was too much integration across three games, and the game became so bloated. So they said that's why they fucked up everything, and that there was a
This is
bunch of
true.
glitches and things like that. So that makes a lot of sense then. So they just decided to scrap that yearly update and actually develop a
Well,
second.
that was the other thing Prestigious Key was talking about because they actually had like a meeting with like devs from Infinity Ward, and they're the ones that actually confirmed all this shit and told them like, don't worry, you can actually talk about this. You don't have to withhold this information, which
Oh,
technically is the earliest reveal that we've ever gotten. But they were also saying that Warzone was intended to be like Blackout. It was supposed to be for Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare only when they first built it. So it wasn't it was never built to support 3 games.
Ah,
So that's probably why it keeps getting worse almost every time there's an update or new shit gets added to it, because it is making money and
mhm.
people still love it, but it was never intended to be what it is.
Just money making Activision.
Right.
Which is, yeah, dude, and that's, I think that could be a sign of like the changing of guard, like the fucking changing guard with that. Like I wonder if Xbox is the one that's like, no, go ahead and pull the trigger on Warzone 2.
Yeah.
Like we don't need to keep adding games to a broken game.
Get a freshie going.
Yeah. But that excites me
I
too
like
that there's
that.
gonna be a new
Yeah.
engine.
Yeah. That's
Because I think
badass.
they've been using the same engine, just upgrading it since like Modern Warfare 3, I think.
What? Really?
Yeah, so it's basically been the same engine just getting upgraded to like try and keep up with the times, and now they're just building a new engine, which I think that's fucking exciting.
You know, that's interesting that you say that this is the earliest reveal that we've ever had because Vanguard, if I recall correctly, was the latest reveal we've ever had. Too.
Yeah.
So
Really?
Well,
I think so.
That's interesting.
I think it was actually, because I remember everyone being like, "Why haven't we heard anything official about what the fuck's happening?" 'Cause there
Hmm.
was all these leaks, and we pretty much knew what the game was, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they were trying to hype it up that way just to see how that
Okay.
would go. Like, wait to see like have the leaks hyped people up.
The old silent treatment technique.
Yeah, similar. So then now there might just be going like, well, let's just go with an early reveal. But it was only a verbal reveal. They weren't shown any gameplay, they weren't shown anything like that. They were basically looking at a PowerPoint and then a slide came up that confirmed that it was Modern Warfare 2.
Okay. So take it with a grain of salt, sort of.
Right, it's basically been confirmed, but we have no idea what the game looks like yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean,
That's
this
cool.
early in development, I don't even know if they would have like a proper alpha to show anybody.
Yeah, for real. But it's nice to see that change in PR away from the old fucking model. That's pretty
Right.
refreshing.
Yeah. But then I guess staying in the realm of Call of Duty and in the more here and now,
Mhm.
um, they did the ranked play roundtable today where it was 2 developers, 2 pros, it was Simp and Attach, and then I think one of the kind of like PR guys for the CDL sat down and had a pretty in-depth of the upcoming ranked play for Call of Duty Vanguard. And I guess I kind of want to start it by saying it was actually developed by Treyarch. So Sledgehammer hasn't didn't do the ranked play. It was developed by Treyarch, which kind of makes me wonder if that's why they were lacking in the zombies content because they were busy working on this ranked play.
Interesting.
Well,
So
could be, yeah.
I'm curious to get into this rank play and see what they did to it then, because
Yeah, this is going to be, I think, the most fleshed out ranked play that we've probably ever seen. But so anyways, I'll start with it's all CDL settings. So it's maps, game modes, and then as well as the guns and restrictions. And then it's all 4v4 as well. So it's not 6v6 or 18 versus 18, whatever crazy shit. It's all 4v4.
okay.
And then the game modes will be hardpoint, search and destroy, and control. And then another little like side note that I have is that they do have in the CDL friendly fire is turned on, so you can TK,
Ooh.
but they've added there are TK penalties. They'll allow you three TKs, so you get 3 kills, and then it turns
Oh,
to
nice.
ricochet. So similar to hardcore. So then as you cause damage, instead of it hurting them, it hurts you and you'll eventually kill yourself. And if for whatever reason you continue to do that just to be a troll, the game will kick you.
I like that.
All right.
And then
Yeah.
for there are deserter penalties and suspensions as well. So like if you leave mid-match, you'll get a penalty like a suspension for like my guess is probably like 5 minutes.
Mhm.
But it says
Okay.
that they also said that penalties will worsen if someone's a repeat offender. So if you do it multiple times or do it a lot, every time it'll get worse.
Damn, they're fucking dropping the hammer.
Yeah.
That's good.
So then
Yeah, I
that's
like
kind of
that.
the settings area.
Hmm.
And then the next I have is that there's 7 skill divisions. So there's contender, specialist, advanced, expert, elite, master, and challenger. And then similar to like Rocket League, there's like 5 tiers in each division. So you have to work your way through the tiers in that division to go to the next division up. And you'll start out by doing your 5 placement matches. And then your placement matches will give you your skill rating or SR. And then that SR is like as your SR increases, your division will go up or your tiers will go up and then ultimately your division. And I think they said that the master division is about the top 5% of players and challenger will be like the top 1% of players.
Shit. Okay.
So I mean if you make it that high, you're pretty high.
So this
And then
isn't like other ranks where just any old person can get to platinum, and it's no or
Right.
challenger, and it's no big deal.
right.
Okay.
And the other thing too is the skill rating or SR
Mhm.
is earned through wins and lost from losses.
Oh, you can lose
So
it
you
this time.
so you can
Oh,
D-rank
promotion
as well.
demotions.
Yep.
I like it.
Nice.
And then on top of the skill division, there's also a progression level, and there's like a 1 through 50 progression level, and your progression level never goes down. It'll only increase. And progression level to increase it is gained from stars, and then stars are earned from ladder placements, which
Tournaments.
takes me which takes me to my next. So you have so many ways to rank up in this, because then the next one is there's ladder events, and they're basically calling them like mini tournaments.
Damn.
And then your ladder placement is based on your skill rating. So where you're placed within a ladder is based on your skill rating, and I think there'll be like 50 people placed into a ladder. And then there's 2 ladder events like every week. There's the first is Monday through Friday, and then they have a second event that goes like basically Saturday and Sunday. It goes through the weekend. So it kind of gives like your hardcore players that are playing Monday through Friday all the time, it gives them time to do ladders, but then like you're more like working class like dad gamers and like casuals that just play on the weekends, like you'll have another separate like ladder event for that weekend, so you don't have to worry about school and shit.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And
And
quick question
then
about those progression levels that you go up, the 1 through 50. What did they go over, like what you earn for going up those levels?
yes. I was gonna do like rewards and shit towards
Oh,
the
okay.
end.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. So then the next thing I have as far as progression is they'll have a leaderboard that shows the top 250 players. And then
Nice.
if you make players in the top 50 they'll get a like an icon that shows their position within the leaderboard. And I know I'm pretty sure it'll have it in at least ranked, but I think kind of like whenever you're playing, you'll have that icon, so you'll be able like if you're in game, you can see people who are in the top 250.
Oh shit.
Hell yeah, that's
And
dope.
then that leaderboard is viewable by everybody. So like through the menus, anyone can go look at that leaderboard and just see like how maybe their friends are comparing to the pros and like how many pros are in the top 250, shit like that.
That's cool, dude.
That's
What a
fucking
good idea.
Yeah.
badass. I
I
Yeah,
like it.
I'm stoked for that. Like I don't know, it's
And
just
I do
when
have
was
a.
this idea supposed to happen?
uh the ranked play comes out on February 17th is
Okay,
when
Like
sweet.
next week, damn.
is when
Yeah.
their season 1 starts or whatever. And then they said that their seasons will basically tie into their like content drop seasons. So like we just got through season 1, season 2 starts on the 14th. So then basically so the 17th to the end of season 2 will be that season for um all the like skill division and shit. And then once the season's over, they'll wipe your skill rating and then the next season you start over. Similar to like Rocket League or a lot of other ranked games. They're ranked play games, like game modes.
I like it.
So they put a lot of effort into this,
Right.
It definitely
Yeah.
seems like it.
and I can't
Sounds
help.
like they're going above and beyond, man.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, why? That's why I'm really confused right now about this. It's
Well,
great, but
it sounds like they're kind of doing it to try and keep the pipeline of pro players like moving. This way, there's
Oh.
just another way for people to get noticed. Because, I mean, it's the pros and organizations are seeing some of the same names in the top 250 or in the tops of the ladders, like, all the time. Then those are players that those organizations are probably going to start looking at for, like, upcoming players.
Okay. Or maybe I was also thinking they might be trying to market to that. Maybe they're trying to take the more hardcore route as their core player base, which would be really cool, you know?
Right. But, well, they did say, too, that they wanted to make it so there's something for, like, casuals to go play, too, if they wanted to.
Hmm.
Which, I mean, they're probably not going to get like super high ranks, but there are still like rewards and shit you can unlock at like low rank.
Oh, okay.
So then, which brings me to the rewards. So then they said that you'll get emblems and calling cards every 5 like progression ranks. So as you're going through the progressions, you'll get a calling card and an emblem every 5 ranks.
Okay.
So the 1 through 50. And then if you reach max rank, there's an operator skin you'll get. And then there's also an operator skin for reaching master or challenger. And it's the only way you can get the rewards.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, and then there's charms for each division you can get to. So as you're going through your tiers and getting up in your divisions, like once the season's over, you'll get basically a charm for your weapon, which I think is kind of a lame reward, but at the same time, at least it's something.
Yeah.
Right.
But it shows off like what division you got to, because each one's a different color.
Thank God it's exclusive.
Gotta let them know.
And then there's, yeah, right. And then there's also a charm you'll get if you get into the top 250, which is basically it's like it looks like a little plaque that says 250 on it, and then it's got skulls and then wings on either side of it, and it's all gold. It's kind of tight.
Well, it's just cool to know
I
that,
gotta-
you know, because that's always been one of my biggest complaints about the way Call of Duty's gone lately, is the exclusive rewards. Like thumbnails. They're giving away thumbnails like fucking Halloween candy. You know what I mean? It's just
Right.
handing this shit out. And it's like, no, there needs to be more exclusive stuff. So I'm really happy to see that. That's cool.
Right. And then there's also ladder rewards. So they listed blueprints, camos, and charms for top 10 finishes, top 5 finishes, and first place finishes.
Nice.
And then the other cool thing too is all rewards are usable in all of Vanguard and Warzone.
Hmm.
So like once you get your rewards, then you can kind of use them for anything.
That's dope. Hell yeah. I'm sorry if I missed it, but do your ranks decay over time? Like, do you have to consistently play to keep your rank?
They didn't mention that. They didn't say anything about decaying, like if you're like inactive.
Yep.
My guess is I don't think they will, because they did put an emphasis on um uh losing you lose points, winning you get points, but they did say that if you win, player like performance will kind of play into that, but if you lose, they made it sound like player performance doesn't play into it at all.
Hmm.
And the reason they said they did that is they want people to focus on teamwork. They don't want ranked to be another place where people go just to get a shitload of kills.
Oh, that would be
Hell yeah.
great.
So objective
Some
play.
teammates that actually.
Yeah,
Right.
and they're all objective game modes with the exception of Control. Control can be played like TDM if you really wanted to,
Hmm.
because each team I think you only have 30 lives in Control, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean technically you could play that and try and bleed tickets that way, but at the same time like they're still like based game modes. They all are. They're the game modes that the CDL uses. And it's on all the CDL maps, so I think a lot of the like really big maps, I don't think the CDL uses. Like I've never seen a match on like Red Star.
Oh fuck yeah. I hate that man.
Me too.
Question. Sorry if I missed this one again. Can you ban weapons and attachments and lethals and stuff? Do they cover that at all?
No, there's no like banning like there was in like what was that Black Ops
3.
4 that did that, 3 Black Ops 3 that did that. There's no
Yeah.
banning. There's just the restriction, the CDL restrictions. So whatever's restricted in the CDL, like in the
Okay.
Call of Duty League, is will be restricted in this. And I know that like DLC weapons and like the incendiary grenade, I know they're restricted for sure. So like the Cooper's restricted, the
No.
incendiary grenade's restricted. I think the shotguns, with the exception of maybe one, are restricted, but no one uses the shotguns.
Hmm.
And then like the new sniper rifle, I'm pretty sure it's restricted.
That Gorka. That thing better be
Yeah,
restricted.
the anti-tank rifle. I'd have to look what their restrictions actually are, but
Yeah, but that just sounds fun though. At least that sounds like a good time. I think I'll be spending some time in there.
oh yeah.
Me as well. I'm pumped.
Are they gonna fix the
That
spawns
sounds
though?
awesome.
Like for real? I mean, I don't know how much longer I could be playing this
In
game with these
Valid
spawns.
question.
In 4v4, I don't think the spawns would be as bad.
True. And if you're playing the objective, you shouldn't be causing spawn flips that much.
Yeah, and I mean there's not anything like kill confirmed or something where people have a reason to rush to the opposite side of the map.
Yeah.
Because I've noticed I've noticed the spawns are really bad in kill confirmed over other game modes, and I think it's because of people just rushing into spawns to collect tags.
I can see
That
that.
makes sense.
Well, shit. That's exciting. It's weird
man.
how like, Battlefield was at the height of hype, and then that went down, and then COD is kind of rising
That was
to the occasion.
crazy.
So it's really weird. Really weird.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Speaking of Battlefield, I wanted to go over this again because there was some other stuff that came up recently. So I looked at the petition again. I have it up right now. Let's get a live count. It is at 166,500 signatures, roughly. Now,
That is big oofs.
yeah, that's a lot of signatures. And then
That is a lot of people.
Chiba, before the podcast, you asked me, you were like, I wonder, or we were trying to figure out how the refunds would work if they had to give refunds. How
Mhm.
many would they have to give?
Right.
And so apparently about 10 days ago this came out and it flew really under the radar, but it's kind of important that EA refused to disclose how many copies they sold of Battlefield 2042.
They have
That's
just like a statement that it was just disappointing.
yeah, that's all they said.
Like they don't even want to. They don't even want to talk about it.
And listen to this EA CEO Andrew Wilson made this comment. We are fully committed to realizing the full potential of this game and fully committed to our Battlefield fans. Bullshit. Bullshit.
Like call shenanigans.
Yeah, for real. And so then I wanted to look up how many copies it sold. It was leaked that Battlefield sold 4.23 million copies in its first week by Tom Henderson.
Okay.
So that's a pretty big sales figure. That's the second biggest Battlefield opening for them.
Yeah, that's a lot of copies.
Yeah.
But it dropped down to how many active players? Like that's a solid chunk that just disappeared.
Yeah. And so we know there's probably like around 10 million sales. I mean, it might be safe to say that
Right.
they've done double what they did their opening week. 10 million sales, that would be disastrous if they had to refund all that.
Yeah, that's a solid chunk.
Yeah, like $70 million at least, something like that, or 700 million. Sorry,
Oof.
or no, would it?
Yeah,
be,
that's brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a big fuck up.
Yeah, I think they potentially could have killed Battlefield with this.
Right?
At least
Scary to think
severely,
about.
severely ruined its reputation. I feel like.
Yeah, and I don't want to
People are gonna
dismiss the
be
company
really
too
sketched
quick.
out.
Be-
Right.
Because there
Still
have
time.
been companies that have recovered from this. You know what I
True.
mean? No Man's Sky developer, forget their name, but they recovered. No Man's Sky. That was a huge disappointment. So I'd like to say that they would come back, but just so the way that they represent themselves is like this greedy company that doesn't care about fan service, and they mainly care about, putting out half-baked games just to get their quick money. That seems like a problem. So I don't
Low blow
really.
for the.
I have no faith in them. I don't think any reasonable person would have faith in Ripple Effect and EA.
Right.
Yeah, but anyway. And then what else do we have? Oh yeah, Microsoft's getting sued by the original Halo composers for unpaid royalties.
That's right. Talking about that.
Yeah. So they said that they're gonna. It might cause problems because that Halo TV series is set to launch on March 24th. Have you guys kept tabs on that? I have. Like, this comes as a surprise to me. A Halo series.
I
have
watched the
not.
I saw the trailer for it. It looks fucking amazing.
Really? Okay, I'm gonna have to check that
Yeah,
out.
I'm fucking stoked.
What does it follow?
Huh.
Does it follow like the original Halo?
It looks like it's probably gonna be kind of its own thing.
Oh,
Master Chief is in it though,
Ooh.
hell yeah!
as well as Cortana.
Nice.
That's cool. Have to have the OGs in there. I mean, come on.
Right.
That's badass. Well, I wanted to throw this out because this day and age, lawsuits and gaming companies don't really go well together. So we'll see if that if anything comes of that, but that could kind of stifle their growing reputation if anything comes of it.
True.
Yeah.
Other than that,
People are
though,
definitely going to be careful on the next Battlefield.
oh yeah, do you even think another one will come out?
If they do, I think it's gotta be down the road a ways. Like they have to like figure
Yeah,
their
they-
shit out.
They can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Too soon. Too soon.
I mean, yeah, that might have to be like a reboot. I think they should
Yeah.
reboot it with a bad company, a new bad company. I would buy that.
Okay. Just scrap it completely and work on something else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I'm done with
That's
this.
funny.
The way this is gone.
Right. Just take the L and move on.
For real. Because, I mean, from what I've heard, and what I experienced during the beta, there's nothing redeemable about Battlefield 2042. They took what made the original games awesome and kind of shot all over it.
The only thing I think that they could do to like save that is to continually like keep updating it and trying to fix your shit, but then also like make the game free to play.
Yep. I was wondering, though, if making it free to play would at all... Because right now that petition, they're trying to get a lawsuit going. And if the game goes free to play, would that look bad in the courtroom? That's my only thing. Like, maybe then they would be entitled to give out refunds. A bit more entitled. I don't know.
True. Yeah, I don't know.
Because, I mean, it is $70 too for people who bought it on current gen consoles or next gen. I'm still going to call it next gen because it still feels like we're in the PS4, Xbox One era for some reason. Probably because I don't have a next gen console, but
Me either.
yeah, it's a slow transition.
Seriously.
Well, shit, I didn't have anything else to cover. Did you guys have anything else you wanted to add?
No, we hit what I was thinking.
Yeah, dude, I don't think I got anything
I'm just
else
pumped
either.
about the new rank coming out, man. 17th.
That sounds fun.
It does. I'm pretty excited about it.
And that should keep the interest going in the game, because right now, like I'm saying, those spawns are so fucking bad. I got to tell you about this experience I had late last night. Me and Ash were playing Domination, and we're playing on an eagle's nest, right? And we have A and B. Enemy has C. Typical. We're just holding it. We're not pushing. Whatever. The game's a piece of shit, and I put on forward intel. You know, that shows you where they're spawning from for this purpose.
Right.
2 of their people spawn directly behind us at A. Just enough to turn our attention away from B. The enemy team captures B. We take out those guys, but it was like a shock. You know, they killed like 2 or 3 of us because we didn't expect anybody from fucking behind. And then we lose B, all because the game decided to spawn 2 people there. It wasn't even a spawn flip. It's like a go fuck yourself flip. I don't
I've been
get
sitting
it.
here long enough.
Yeah, they need to figure that out. But, yeah,
I
anyway.
agree. Spawns are the worst thing, but
Yeah.
small price to pay for a solid Call of Duty.
I hope. All right. Well, cool. I guess we'll end it here. If you made it this far in the video, this was a little bit of a shorter podcast, but thank you so much for watching, and we will see you all in the next Deathmatch and Chill.